Good morning, y'all. I'm just acting a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs crazy person. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Mama's Backyard Garden. And guess what? It's the end of June and it's time for a garden tour. And let me tell you, this garden is booming. And I am so pleased with the produce and the production that I'm getting this year. So come along with me and let me show you what we got going on in Mama's Backyard Garden. Welcome, y'all. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, I'm glad that you're happy to come back. So stay with me. Let's do this thing. So, on your mark, get set, garden tour. With the central bed. This is the central garden bed. And I have done some updates since the last time I shot a video. As you can see, I have made this the center of the garden, or the center of the backyard rather, and I have encased it, put some pavers on, brought all of my green stalks out and put them on the middle. And y'all, it looks so nice. I am so happy that I did this. Now my yard is on a slant, so we had to make sure that the box was built so that everything could be level. Some of them look like they could be slanting, like this yellow one here on the corner, but I've had strong winds come by, and these green stalk towers are meant to handle the strong winds because of the way that they're built. So I haven't had any problems with them being blown over, and I keep them watered so that they can be heavy. So with that said, let's start with the tour. So in this tower, right here, this is one of my herb towers. It has celery, parsley. I just cut some of this yesterday. I've got dill, chives, more chives, basil, uh, dill here. These right here are fennel. So I've got fennel growing in the towers. Of course, more sage. This is called lovage. This is sort of kind of like celery. It's a substitute for celery when you don't have any. This is my first year growing it. I haven't tried it yet in any of the food, but I'm going to try that and see what it tastes like. So this is pretty much what this bed has a teddy bear sunflower. As you see, they make multiple heads. I didn't realize that, but it's okay. The bumblebees love them. So I'll allow them to stay and do what they need to do. More herbs on this tower. Okay? Then here in the round bed, these are bush green beans. Now, they're different kinds. I have the burgundy, which those are the burgundy ones. The beans themselves will be burgundy, but when you cook them, they will turn green. I have a yellow bean in here and just a regular green bush bean. I thought when I planted these seeds that they were the pole beans and I had a trellis in here, but because I didn't realize that they were not, I had to take the trellis out, but that's okay. They're holding each other up. I'm going to get a nice harvest of green beans from here. In this tower, this is strictly the strawberry tower, y'all. Check it out. Isn't it gorgeous? So, I did order some transplants over the spring. All of them did not make it. So, what I did is that when the strawberries started to run, I took the runners and I actually put them in different places. Like, there's a runner here. I'm sure it may have already taken root, so I'll be able to take this little pin out here and it'll grow. Here's a runner here. These are the little strawberry cups from Greenstock. So when I couldn't, they're not long enough to put somewhere else, I can put this on here and then this will make another strawberry plant. I'll take that and transplant that into one of the empty pockets. And each year, as they run, I will use those little cups to make different transplants. So those can be something that I can give away or sell each year to people who want strawberries. So this is the strawberry tower. So I'm excited about that. Over here, I did something different with this over here. This used to be a garlic bed, and so did this. This round area used to have all garlic in it. I've harvested all the garlic out of there, and I harvested all the garlic out of here. So what I did in this bed is that I have watermelons, and y'all look, these are sugar babies. Check that out. I got a sugar baby right there. Look at there. There's one. I think there's 2 on here. I saw one the other day. I can't remember where it is. And then I put some speckled butter beans in here. Now these are legumes. They are nitrogen fixers. And the reason why I put them here is because I want the watermelons to be able to use some of that nitrogen that they put into the ground to help them grow. And look how beautiful they are. I put this trellis up here so that they can run up, and I'll be able to actually handle these watermelons when they come on here. They're not very big, so that's perfect. So I have 2. I have one over there and one here. Then we have speckled butter beans here. And these are my zucchini, y'all. Check them out. Look at that. They are loaded. All of these have been pollinated. What I have done is come out in the mornings and hand pollinate these before I do anything else, so that they can continue to grow. Now this is a female here because you can see the actual fruit on it. And then this is the female flower. You can see the difference between, that's a female flower. And let me see if I can find a male flower for you. Let's walk around. So you can see the leaves are beautiful. I've been keeping them cut when they grow over into the middle of the bed so that they won't cover up my beans. So I keep those cut on the inside over there. Let's see, male flower. Here is a male flower. Check out, there's a male flower. As you can see, there's a stamen in there. You can see all that pollen. Look at all that pollen that's on there. So I don't have another female that's open. These have already opened and closed. They have been pollinated, so they're gonna grow. This yellow squash zucchini is full. These are the green ones. This one, it has one on there. Looks like it's not gonna make it. Don't know why it's doing that. And then these are some that opened up this morning. Check out the females, y'all. Oh, wow. And I did hand pollinate those. If you look closely, you'll be able to see the pollen on them. And this is one that has already been pollinated. And there's a new one coming. We'll have to pollinate those. So I'm going to have plenty of zucchini. I decided to plant early because I didn't want to deal with the vine borer. I have not had that problem. You know, hopefully I'm not calling that up. But I did see a couple of squash bugs that were hidden down deep in here. So whenever I come and do a deep watering on these, I water directly in the middle. And that way, if there's anything in there, it will crawl up and I'll just pull them out and kill them. I think I have one. There's one there that I killed the other day. See him right there. Surprised the birds hadn't gotten him yet. So that is this bed. This was supposed to have been my leek and onion bed, but for some reason I have allium leaf miner, so I had to pull all the onions out. They were no good, and I put some more bush bean seeds in here, so that's what these are growing. I put 2 to each one, and all of them did not germinate like they should. I got 2 in some and 1 in the other. Some of them didn't come up at all, and that's okay. I could just put some more seeds in there. But these are regular just green beans, bush green beans, so that I can get me a nice harvest this year. I didn't get a nice harvest before. So this is what this tower is now, is green beans. This tower, and another reason why I put the green beans in here is because I want some nitrogen to be fixed into the soil, because this tower will be used for garlic in the fall. This will all be a garlic tower. It will be hardneck garlic because they need more chill hours. And so that way I can have more garlic. And then in the spring, what I'll do is I'll grow some soft neck garlic because they don't need a lot of chill hours. I can just stick those bulbs in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then I can pop those in here and they will grow. And by the time they get ready, I can pull those out and then put some more hardneck in to go over through the winter. So that's the plan. I'll have a continuous growth of garlic throughout the year and won't have to worry about running out of garlic. Let's go to this bed here. This is my tomato chaos bed, y'all. Check it out. I have determinate and indeterminate tomatoes in here. I do have square tomato trellises. I stopped buying the round ones because the round ones are not any good. So I've got some square tomato trellises. They come in different sizes. You can get a 4-foot, a 42-inch, and I think you can get a 52-inch too for taller plants. Most of the time, indeterminate tomatoes are grown on a trellis, so you can just pin them up. But what I've done is that I clipped the tops, the leader top off, so that it wouldn't continue to keep growing up. And then what I get on here is what I get on here. And let me tell y'all, I think this is a San Marzano, I do believe. I didn't have a label on this when I put this out because one of my tomatoes actually got hit by the late frost and died. So I replaced it with this one and it did not have a label. So I'm thinking that this is a San Marzano, but look, y'all. Look how beautiful those tomatoes are in there. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let me see if I can move that leaf. Look at that. Here's one right there. I mean, they are just gorgeous. They're everywhere. And then this is my Rosa Bella Rosa. It's full. Look at that. I mean, I've got tomatoes that are blushing, so I'll probably be pulling that out soon. We've got dill in here, and dill is actually a really good companion plant for tomatoes. So now you have fresh dill. I can come and cut some of that off and use it, and it's shaded from the sun. I did have some marigolds in there, but they're covered up by the tomatoes, as you can see. And then, of course, we have basil down here. So these are absolutely wonderful. This is a green grape cherry tomato. It is a determinate tomato, so it's only going to grow this tall. It's not going to grow any taller than this. And check it out, y'all. I mean, just look at that. I mean, it is just loaded with tomatoes. Can you believe? Look at that. It's got some aphid damage on it too, but I also saw some ladybugs on here, and so they've been eating the aphids. I've been letting nature take its course. This thing is just ridiculous. I don't know how many tomatoes I'm going to get out of here. It looks like a lot. I did have some that had ripened, that had turned yellow. I took them off, but I think they're supposed to get a certain greenish color, and then you harvest them. I do believe I pickled some of these once before. They're very good. In this tower here is another herb tower. We've got sage. We've got garlic chives. If you see, I've been cutting off of those. We have pineapple sage here. This is pineapple sage. More basil. We've got celery, thyme. This is like a running thyme. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put it around and let it spread around my fruit trees. That way it'll be some ground coverage and keep it moist. I really like this thyme. I should have got more than one when I bought it last year, but I didn't. But I'm going to take it out and put it in the dirt around the fruit trees and see if that will continue to spread. I'm thinking that it will. Then here in this tower also you got tarragon. Now, this tarragon bush is perennial. Most of everything in this tower is perennial except for the basil. This flower, the dill, is starting to flower. Let me take that. I like to take the ombres off on this one. Take that ombre off. That's just going to be some flowers and make seed, but I'm going to take it and eat it because it's really good. Most of these, as I said, are perennials. This is catnip. So I've got catnip from Smokey. He has his fresh catnip. We've got rosemary. And like I said, this tarragon is perennial. So it will come back every year. And I have cut off of this thing, I think, at least 5 times. And I've cut it down a lot and look like I've never even touched it. But hey, that's what it's all about. The more you cut a perennial plant or a plant period, it produces more. So I'm excited about that. This is the other side of the tomato chaos bed. These are black cherries. Now, black cherry tomatoes are my favorite. I love them. And every year that I grow them, I never get enough of them. The plant tends to get a disease or something. But what I had done was I was planting it in a pot. So this year I decided to put it into a raised bed, and y'all, it is an indeterminate plant. I've been trying to pluck the top parts off so it doesn't grow anymore as well. But y'all, check it out. It is loaded. Look at those tomatoes in there. I mean, I've never had these many black. Look at it. Oh shit. I just broke it. Let me leave it alone. I'm messing up stuff. It didn't break. I bent it. It's still good. But look at the tomatoes, y'all. Look at that. I mean, just everywhere. So I am so excited. I'm probably going to pin this one up so that it can stay up because it's hanging down and it's just full. Look at those flowers on there. We are going to have plenty of black cherries. And this is my nasturtium. Y'all, look how beautiful it is. They say nasturtiums die when it get hot. But I think because of the way that I have it on this bed and it's facing the west, that it may be okay, but y'all look how pretty it is. This is an edible flower. I have made salad out of the leaves and the flowers. They are so good. They have like a peppery taste to it. So if you grow nasturtiums, remember these are edible. The flowers and the leaves make a wonderful salad. Then here we have another tower. This tower has carrots in the top, which I'm eventually going to pull because I think they're not going to get any bigger. They're too heavy or too thick. I didn't take the time to thin them out, and that's okay. I just wanted to see what they would do in the tower. So I'm going to take those out because I do have a couple of pepper plants I'm going to put up there or something, maybe some flowers to kind of fill those in. Um, and then we have some Swiss chard here. We've got more of this thyme, so I'm gonna take this one out. I got two of them, so I'm gonna take that one and the other one out, put those around the trees. And we got, of course, more celery. We've got some basil here. We've got some curly leaf parsley, sage. So this is just more of a herb tower as well. It also has some lemongrass growing at the top. You can't see it, but it's right there. It's hide from everything. So once I take all the carrots and stuff out, you'll be able to see a lot of stuff on the second row. And then this bed is a tomato. So this is my second succession planting of tomatoes. This is the first one. This is the second one. So these are coming up behind the other ones. So I'm gonna have plenty of tomatoes, y'all. These are Roma. I think it's a black cherry in here. I can't remember what else is in here. Some of the tags are gone, but they're blooming. And I'm gonna have plenty of tomatoes. Now, with tomatoes, y'all, when you see the blooms on them like that, just shake the cage. And what that does is that it loosens up the pollen inside of the flowers because tomatoes and peppers and eggplant actually have all their flower parts in one. So all you got to do is shake it to kind of loosen it up, and it pollinates itself. You will get some bees on here that will help tickle the pollinate, and that's okay too. But bees are really not necessary for tomatoes and peppers and eggplant, but it helps. This tower is my mint tower, y'all. Check it out. So the first, second, and third row are all mint. Without I got a little sunflower here and there. And then on the bottom, I have some thyme and some celery. And check out this mint plant here. This thing is vining. It's trying to regrow. I have two of them like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, put it into a container with some soil, keep it moist, and I'll have more mint, y'all. Check that out. Actually, you can cut each one of these at the node right here in the middle and probably can uh, grow some roots and put these out. I have two of these like this. Here's another one right here. So I'm going to deal with that in the mint. Smells so good. I've got all types. I got apple, grapefruit mint, pineapple mint, strawberry mint, orange mint, mojito mint. I can't remember all type of mints I got, but make some of the best tea. And then I have here two eggplants. I think this one is the long skinny one here. They grow very well in the green stalk. I had one in here last year. Man, it grew very well. And I have another one over here. And as you can see, it's already starting to flower. They grow well in the green stalks. So I may just continue to grow them in here, or I may dedicate a green stalk specifically for eggplant, like every other pocket on each one, with some flowers in between or something. And that way I can grow different eggplant. I can grow the right one, I can grow the long purple one, I can grow the purple and white one, I can grow the black beauty. And I can just experiment with different types of excuse me, of different types of eggplant. So I'm excited about that. Excuse me. And here is the other side of the tomato bed. And as you can see, they're beautiful. These are on stakes. I didn't put them in um, any of these tomato cages, but I'm going to try to maintain them on the stake. I don't know how that's going to happen. I think a couple of these are determinate, so I may be okay. I think there's a Roma in there. This is another black cherry, so I know this one is going to be indeterminate. It's going to continue to grow, but I'm going to have plenty of black cherries this year. I am happy about that. This is my cantaloupe, y'all. Let me say, cantaloupe and watermelon are some of the hardest things that I've had problems growing. And I am so pleased with my watermelon and my cantaloupes this year. And let me tell you, this thing is just beautiful. Um, it has vined out really crazy. It's got a lot of cantaloupe on it. Let me see if we can find I saw, and they grow in clusters of 2, which is really great because, see, there's one right there, and it's open, so it'll get pollinated today because the bees hang around here a lot. And I saw another one that had 2 on it. There's one right there. I think that's one. Can't tell. It may not be. That might be a male. And it's a little bit harder to tell from the cantaloupes of the male and female flowers on here. So you really have to look close to determine. But it's about 5 cantaloupe here. I've counted them the other day, but I can't seem to find them now. There's 2. Here's 2 right here. So there's 2 there. That makes 3. And I got I don't think that's 1. And so it's 2 more on here. So it's 5 altogether. But this thing is pushing out beautifully. I fertilized it yesterday so that it can give me more flowers, hopefully more females, and I can get me a nice little supply of cantaloupe. These beds are empty. They used to be potato beds. I'm actually starting some vining pole green beans because I'm going to use this trellis right here. So I'm going to put those green beans in here and maybe put another little small little trellis or something under here to reach this one so that they can grow up, or either I'll put a string on them and let them grow on the string until they get to the trellis. So this is going to be green beans, both of these. Because I got 25 seeds I think I planted, and it looks like all of them are going to come up. So I'm going to try to plant them on both sides of the trellis, on the front and on the back here. So now let's go to the west bed. I call this the west bed is because it's on the west side of the yard, and this is where the sun sets on this side of the house. Look at my yarrow. Isn't that yarrow beautiful? Look at it, y'all. I've got yellow yarrow and I've got white yarrow. But this is the yellow. It comes back every year. It is actually a medicinal plant. You can use it to make the leaves. You can take the leaves and pumice them down real good and take them and put them on a wound or a cut, and it'll help heal a cut. You can also make tea out of it. It's good for colds and stuff. So I'm trying to grow a lot of medicinal stuff in the garden so that I can try to make me some, I think it's called, I can't remember the name of the tea, but you can use it for colds and stuff over the winter. If I can remember, I'll put it on the screen. And then this is more garlic chives here. They're looking kind of rough, probably because they're dry. So I'm going to come over here and throw some water on these today. It's overcast this morning, so it looks like we may get some rain. Not quite sure whether we are or not. This bed here had beets in it, and there's a weed or something growing in there. I don't know what that is, but it looked like a beet going to look like it's going to seed. I'm gonna pull all these out because I didn't get a bulb, and I have ordered some summer lettuce seeds that are really good with heat and don't bolt. And that's what I'm going to put in this bed so I can have some lettuce this summer. It only takes lettuce, 20, 30 days maybe to mature. Once it germinates and starts growing, it's good. So this will be a lettuce bed. And I like this area because in the afternoon, it will be shade here. So it'll get a break from if it's hot during the day. So that's what I'm going to put here. Here is another herb basket. This has more sage, more thyme. I got plenty of thyme everywhere. And then this bed used to be, this was my first spring bread. I had lettuce in here. Of course, I still have the onions, my parsley, celery, oregano. All of this stuff is still in here from the spring, but all the lettuce is gone. I have put in some more pepper plants. This is my Black Panther. This is a very, very hot pepper. It had been shaded by some broccoli that I had here, and I moved it, and my girls are making noise this morning, so excuse them. She's excited. She's laid an egg, so she want to tell everybody about it. More celery here. And of course, this is another pepper plant. I think this is a bell pepper here. And of course, I got basil everywhere. Here is another pepper plant. This is a Scotch bonnet here with a basil. And of course, I've cut these onions back quite a bit, and they came back like I've never touched them. I'm going to come back and cut these down again. This bed is just a pepper bed. I've got a red hot cherry pepper here, and y'all, it's got some peppers on it. Let me see if I can find. Look at that. And they grow upside down. Isn't that cool? Look at that. So I've got 2, 3, I see 3 on here. So I'm excited about those. And these are called Thumbelina zinnias. I didn't realize they were going to get this tall. But man, they're almost about to take over the pepper plant. So I have to come out here and move them around. I'm not going to cut them back. I'm going to leave them alone. The peppers are getting the sun that they need because that comes from east to west, and so the sun is actually on top of them throughout the day. These are, what are these? These are the thin cayenne pepper. So these are cayenne pepper, the long skinny ones. These are the long thick ones. So these will get really big here. I'm gonna leave them on there and they'll get bigger. And then here are my jalapenos. I have not picked a lot of those off of here yet. I'm hoping that the plant gets a little bit bigger. I'm trying to keep it moist because it can get dry real quick, so I have to kind of water this stuff on a regular basis. And of course, more herbs, basil. This is stevia, y'all. You know, the sweetener. So I take these, dry the leaves, grind it up, and then I can put these in smoothies and give you that sweet taste without the sugar. And then let's go around here. Of course, we've got a lot of flowers. Check out that bee. Look at him. He isn't. Look at him. He laying up in there, y'all. Look how he laying up in there. He is chilling. He's like, I have found my happy place. Isn't that gorgeous? He ain't paying me not one bit of attention. Isn't that moves? That's beautiful. This is my chaos flower bed, and y'all, it's chaos. My barrage is falling over. And they tend to do that on me every year. I have to stake them, but apparently I didn't stake them up high enough. So they're falling over. I watered them real good. I'm going to see if I can probably start another barrage, and I'll pull that one out and put it in there. It don't take long for those to mature. So hopefully I can get another one in before it gets too hot. This is my white barrage. And let me tell you, this barrage pulls in all types of pollinators. You can see all little bitty things that I've never seen before in my life on here. And I think it has been the success of, contributed to the success of my cucumbers. Cause look at them, y'all. I mean, they're full of flowers. I have picked some off of here. I've got cucumbers everywhere. Now, these will eventually die off. Some of these aren't doing anything. I don't know what these are. Apparently, these are putting out more male flowers than there are female flowers. They're not really putting out much. So I'm going to end up pulling these out. But what I've done is that I've started another batch on yesterday. So once they germinate and get about 2 inches tall, these would have given these plants a chance to let some more of these cucumbers get ripe. I'm going to come put some more water on them today because they like to be watered deeply. And then, hopefully by then I'll be able to pull all of those off. Oh, here's one right here. I forgot. Here's one hanging looking at me. Let's see what we got. Look at that. Just hanging around in the garden. You found a cucumber. This one's not quite ready yet, so I might let it stay another day or so. And I got a couple in there that's hanging as well. But I'm going to plant some gynaeceous cucumbers, which are cucumbers that have mostly all female flowers. So every flower is a fruit, and I don't have to worry about whether I'm going to get anything or not. I got quite a few of them in there hanging. I'm going to get those out of there probably in the next couple of days. I'm going to leave them. Then, this is the other side of the cucumber bed. I made this strictly a cucumber bed. I think what I'm going to do next year is move the cucumber bed where I have the peppers because they get shade quicker. And that way the cucumbers will have an opportunity to not wilt because of the hot sun on the leaves. And then I can put the peppers over here because they love heat. So I'm going to switch these two beds up to make sure next year I can have them right. I've been sort of kind of testing it out to see which one would do best. So I think I'm going to put the cucumbers over here. I'm going to move the peppers over here next year. That's how I'm going to do that. And that way I know it'll get more sun. These are more maters. These are my bush early girl. Y'all look at there. They just laying in there. Check that out. I have harvested a couple of these. There are some more back there that are blushing. You can't see on this side. Let's go around on this side. You can see some of them are blushing here. Check it out. There's one in there I could probably pull. I might get it out of there. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here's one. It's not quite ripe yet, but close to it. Let's check out this deal. So what I've been doing is that I've been pulling the tops off of them so that they continue to grow and not flower. And then here is some more basil that I'm going to have to cut because it's starting to flower. We don't want your basil to flower. We'll get that off. And here is this plant here is not doing much of anything. I think I'm going to pull her because she only has a few flowers on her. They got quite a few, but they're not doing anything. I don't know what's up with this one. So I may pull this one. This bed used to have potatoes in it, and I've harvested them. So now I've got more peppers. This is a Thai hot pepper here. This is a lunchbox orange. This one is a Cubanelle. This one is another shishito. I love shishitos. And then this one is a mini gypsy bell, or gypsy mini bell. So it'll be tiny bell peppers. I'm looking forward to seeing what those taste like. This is my lemon balm. Y'all, I have cut this thing twice down to the ground. It looks like I haven't touched it. And I'm going to cut it again because I don't want it to flower. And over here is my asparagus bed. Now, I planted these asparagus crowns in November of last year. And I put this bed over here. This used to be a garden bed. I put this over here because it gets a lot of sunlight because the sun is shining and there's nothing here to block the sunlight. And they all came up. Check it out. Oh my God, look how beautiful they are. So I'm excited. I'm going to have some asparagus. It's going to take another couple of years before I can actually start harvesting, but that's okay. I'm good with that. I actually have an asparagus bed up front that's not doing well, and the reason that's why I bought these and I planted these. And these are all male asparagus because they tend to give you bigger asparagus pieces. So that's why I got males. I think the other one over there is a female, and that's why the asparagus is so small. So I'm trying to expand myself here. And then here are my 2 compost bins. This is one here where I throw all my scraps in. And this is another one I actually put the stuff out of the chicken coop. I got chicken poop in here and all kinds of stuff. And I just let that break down. This is my sweet potato bed, y'all. Check it out. Look at them vines. They running everywhere, y'all. Look at that. All up the fence and everything. All back behind the chicken coop. So I'm excited. I'm going to have me some sweet potatoes. Now this bed, last year I put a lot of old food in. And I just threw some dirt on top of it and just left it alone. And I came back during the spring and all that stuff had broke down. It was such rich soil. So I'm expecting to get some really nice sized sweet potatoes out of here, because this is the first thing that I've grown in this bed since I've done that. So that's going to be exciting. This is my rhubarb plant. A lot of people say rhubarb dies back when it gets hot, but it's actually been putting out pretty good. I have cut off of it twice. I've cut it up, put it in the freezer, so when I get ready for it, I can use it. But it's still kicking. And as long as it's kicking, I'm going to produce it. So I keep it watered. And when it gets tall enough, I will pull those back. And then this is my roselle. Look at that. I started this from seed, and she's beautiful, isn't she? So maybe this year I'll get a chance to get me some roselle. Last year, it actually frosted before I could, which messed it up. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope that you enjoyed what I showed you today. And I know that you are working hard to get your garden started so you can have some fresh, delicious vegetables and fruits that you can eat at your leisure anytime you get ready. So with that said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and come back to see me. And before you leave, drop in the comments what you're planning this year. See you later.